Testing, testing. Yep, I think we've got sound now. This is an absolute pain. Testing, testing. Yep, I think we've got sound now. Great. We have sound, so we can get started. This. Get started. Apologies, but now the sound is up and we're good to go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Ingram Jones, and here we are again, Bayloric TV. Chisora versus White, or White versus Chisora. Death threats, press conference, chaos. Now, Earthlings and Beings, I welcome you all to this interesting conversation about the strange world of boxing that we have. Now, ever since Chisora had the fracas with, well, first you had Derek Chisora with the biting on his ear. Then you had Derek Chisora kissing Carl Baker. Then you had Derek Chisora slapping Vitaly Klitschko. Then we had Derek Chisora scuffling with David Haye, when actually Chisora went up just to talk to David Haye. Actually, he did go up genuinely. He said after, look, I only went up to talk to David Haye, and it kind of got out of hand. And then after that, we have Derek Chisora and Pulev. Now, that Derek Chisora-Pulev situation was a situation where there was a third party that actually hit Derek or threw something at Derek from Pulev's party, and Derek kicked off. But of course, because of Derek's past, everyone jumps up. Oh, Derek's flipped out again. Derek's gone mad again. It's Derek Chisora. The guy's a disgrace to British boxing. Okay. So now we have Derek Chisora, Dillian Whyte, and we have the Derek Chisora throwing water at Dillian Whyte and flipping the table over and going for Dillian Whyte. Now, we didn't see the whole of that. Gloves are off. And if you in the world today watching this believe that that was all of the gloves were off, then you're more deluded than I think you are, because there's been probably a lot of editing going on. You don't know what was said before Derek decided to throw the water and flip the table over on Dillian Whyte. You don't know. You don't know how they're trying to sell it. Derek being the villain or Dillian being the villain. You don't know. Media, those who control the media control the minds. Understand this, and understand this. Whenever you watch anything on television, that there's always another side to the story, especially with the editing going on. You've seen it, the Big Brother editing things out, putting things in, muting certain things, and you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, what's really going on. So, you know, and if you notice recently, Derek Chisora and the things Derek Chisora is saying a lot of, he's speaking out a lot. He's speaking about fighters, you know, getting what they're worth and not being paid ridiculous money, but get paid the money that you are worth, that you feel you're worth. Why should the promoter get all the money and have a nice car and a nice house, and you're getting beat up or having to go 12, 14 weeks in camp, put your body through a hard slog, and then afterwards get paid peanuts? So Derek Chisora's coming out about it, and more fighters have come out about it. So Derek Chisora, amongst all the things that are going on, these are the things that boxing fans don't want to hear about, but it's the truth. Get paid what you're worth. So he's spoken about that. And if you notice in the gloves are off, when he says, who's the donkey now? He's talking about payments. How much he said, I didn't want the Joshua fight because I wasn't getting paid enough money. You took the Joshua fight. You wasn't fit. You wasn't right for the fight. And based on that, on the basis I knew you weren't fit, on the basis I knew that you weren't healthy, on the basis that I knew that your shoulder had gone, I told the press and I told the media, Anthony Joshua is going to knock you out, knock Dillian Whyte in a round, which angered Dillian Whyte. But of course, Derek knew inside information. He revealed when the gloves are off. The booth said to him, don't take the fight. I knew before the fight was made that Dillian Whyte was injured. But Dillian Whyte comes back and says, well, I had the heart and the guts to go and fight him with one shoulder. Okay, so that's stummed about a beef there and about the sparring. We know about that. Today's incident. Now, you know, this is what I can't stand about boxing. I can't stand it. And all these people that say, oh, you know what? Derek Chisora and Dillian Whyte should be banned. They should not be. They should. The British boxing board should get involved and should be banned. Wait, but you'll turn up. You'll say that garbage, but you'll be the first one to turn up and sit on your damn ass and watch the two go at it. Oh, excuse me. Behind closed doors, all these guys who are saying, oh, they should be banned and trying to play that they're all fairies and all whiter than snow, but yet you turn up to a press conference and you sit in a press conference there and you can't wait for them to get at it. There's entertainment, but then the entertainment gets a bit too much. We better get the British Boxing Board of Control involved. But wait, you are sitting there waiting for that entertainment to happen. You are sitting there, you want to see Dillian Whyte, you want to see Derek Chisora, they do something, there's genuine feeling between the two of them, they kick off. And then you're back there going, ooh, you should go to the British Boxing Board of Control. It's a disgrace. Dillian Whyte, Derek Chisora, they're a disgrace. Boy, that's what you're tuning to watch, isn't it? That's what you're going to the damn arena to go and watch, isn't it? Is it not? Is it not the fight you're going to go and watch? I can assure you, people may say they're going to see Anthony Joshua fight. Yeah, but real boxing fans, they want to see Dillian Whyte and Derek Chisora. That's the big fight on the card. Not Joshua versus Molina. That's the promoted, heavyweight champion of the world, Anthony Joshua. But let's be honest, Dillian Whyte, Derek Chisora, that's a fight that people really want to see. Arguably, Derek Chisora, Dillian Whyte, top of the bill. Arguably. Now, if that fight gets pulled now, I don't care how stacked you say a card is. If that fight gets pulled, then what happens to that card if that fight gets pulled? Ridiculous. That fight gets pulled. Look, listen, I'm not condoning the behavior, but I'm going to go back again to Derek Chisora. Oh, it's Derek. He flipped the table. And Derek, well, hold on. Reportedly, Derek flipped the table because reportedly, Dillian said to Derek, or Derek said, Derek's words were, this guy's threatening me after the fight. He's threatening me afterwards. Death threats. He threatened to do things to me after the fight. And he's gone. Derek said, listen, and nobody, if you go back and look at that video, apart from Mike, I can't remember his name. It is the guy, the guy who does, I can't remember his name again, but he was there and he was trying to calm things down with Derek. He's saying, Derek, come on, Derek. Look, Derek, leave. It's okay, Derek, calm down. He was the only person there who was trying to calm the situation down, apart from Clifton Mitchell, who's security, trying to calm the situation down, calm it down. But Derek's mad and livid. And when you're mad and you're livid and you're trying to make a point across the people and people just stand there going, like if what was said wasn't said. And then you're getting mad because a guy standing up for himself and say, look, this guy's made death threats. This guy's actually threatened me after the fight is over. And people just stand there going, well, you know, what? There has to be a line. And the British Boxing Board of Control, I'm sure there's a line for fighters. There's got to be a line for fighters where they're saying, a line for fighters where, you know, they knew, the promoter knew that with Chisora and with Whyte, listen, guys, this is the final press conference. I can't afford this to go tits up. Say what you got to say, but don't go over the board. Don't go overboard. But we can't wait for it, can we? We can't wait for it. Oh, we can't wait. Well, you got it. You got it. You see, and it's something that has had boiled over at the gloves are off. Was there any for a press conference today for Derek Chisora and Dillian Whyte? Really? Really? What more did they have to say to one another? Did that really have to happen? Say, look, you know what, guys? You need to be kept apart until the weigh-in. Simple as. You would get as much hype for that and even more anticipation to see those guys at the weigh-in, and that would have been, okay, the weigh-in, the fight could still have gone ahead. Now you've got this press conference. What were they going to say to one another? And then Dillian said something to Derek. Derek turned around and threw the table. I mean, Dillian just kind of sat there. But Derek threw the table at Dillian, and it's all kicked off now. Chaotic. And like I've said before, and as I say, next week's my last week, Boxing is becoming more like WWE. They're looking at what's going on in UFC with Conor McGregor and picking up bottles, plastic bottles, and hurling it in the crowd, and they're seeing that all that stuff. That's the model for the future, isn't it? That can pick up and turn a table over and kick a table over and walk off. You know, and let's remind you that Tyson Fury got fined for saying things and just saying having his opinion on something, and he's got fined. Remember, Fury came to a press conference where his mouth was covered over, and he said, "Listen, the reason why I'm doing all these things is because the promoters put me up to it. The promoter puts me up to it, and then afterwards I get fined for it, and the promoter don't get anyone take money out of his own pocket." Fury said that, and if you don't believe me, go back to the interview I did with Tyson Fury, the one that's got him with his mouth covered over, the day before he went to the press conference, exclusive, before he went to the press conference. He said, the promoter puts me up to it, and when the promoter puts me up to it, then afterwards, I get the blame for it afterwards. So I don't know what has gone on. I can't tell you. I'm not blaming the promoter for this in this situation, but I'm talking about another situation where Tyson Fury was talking about that situation, and that's recorded. So, listen, I don't think the press conference should have gone ahead. It was not necessary. Why people are stunned, I don't know. It kicked off out of control. The gloves are off. At that point, it should be, look, both of you train. You don't see each other again to the weigh-in, and that would have been that. Then you can have everyone else talking, Joshua talking, Melina talking, Alan talking, Ortiz talking, and that press conference would have gone ahead. And they could have said, look, you know what? End of the day, see you at the weigh-in, and have your final words, say one another at the weigh-in. Done. That's it. But, hey, what do I know? I don't know much. Boxing's become, it is now going down the roads of the WWE. And I'm just waiting now to see somebody from ringside walking down the aisle with a microphone calling another person out. I'm just waiting for it. I'm waiting for that. Or to somebody just to run into the arena, run down the aisle of the arena, and then run into the ring. I'm just waiting for it, you know. But like I said, I'm out. I'm done. Let me hear what people have got to say. Jay Shanley in the room. Truth and Facts Boxing. Hey, we got sound, brother. Good to see you in the room. Good to be here. What you make of Chisora's actions? Yeah, I showed him through the table. I didn't see the chair though. I saw the table. Joe Shanley amazes. Paul Michaud looks stunned on IFL. What are you stunned about? Yeah, I'll get you in the room, brother. Don't worry. I'll bring you in the room as well. You can give me your opinion. Bring you in. We get my man Bo Bland into the room as well. If I can, let's see if I can bring him in the room. My Skype's playing the fool at the moment. I've just sent it over, I think. Yeah, I've just sent it over to you via Skype, my friend. Jump in the room and have your say. Chisora is more proven than Joshua. Afternoon, Mr. Blackwell. Hope you're well. Blackwell says, I love this drama. Light Cycle Third Eye. Please check out on the song autoplay on my channel. It is time for people to wake up. Chisora is mad, doesn't care. Dillian is a clown. Tibbs also threw something, Ingram. Dillian didn't even budge, almost like he knew it was going to happen. Yes, table landed on Hearn, was so funny. I fancy Chisora for some reason. Hope this fight happens. Adam Smith, look at who's going to cry after Chisora through a chair. LOL, table. Well, it was to be expected, to be honest, people. I mean, you bring these guys together, this is what happens. So, just waiting for Bo to get into the room and we can have a little chat with him. I'm not gonna just wait for him to come. Don't forget, tonight we will be having our live show tonight. This will be the show before the last show, which is going to be next Wednesday, the 14th of December, 11 p.m. Check out tonight, 11 p.m. tonight. We'll have more reaction to Chisora White with probably more information. We'll have Bo Bland with us tonight as well. Yeah, it's on your Skype, my friend. Okay, I'll send it to you via Twitter as well, my friend. Hold on. It's on your Skype. Send it again. It's in Skype for you. There you go, Bo. I've sent it to you on Skype. Just click the link and come through. It's on your Skype. Send it again. It's in Skype for you. There you go, Bo. I've sent it to you on Skype. Just click the link and come through.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Bo.
What's going on, Ingram?
You tell me, brother. You tell me.
Hey, yo, man, what's all this madness going on in the UK, man?
Chisora put the table, and from it now, I think it's because, according to Derek Chisora, he said that Dillian White threatened him with death threats after the fight.
Yeah, he said something about don't talk about a man's man's life and a man's kids or something like that.
Yeah.
I heard that reading on Twitter. You know what? I'll be honest with you, man. I've seen some strange press, conferences. I remember when Tyson took a swung at Lennox Lewis, bit his leg, then wanted to fight the camera people. I remember there was one with Bud Crawford, him and Steve Kim, I guess, got into it. I mean, we've seen some press conference that was crazy. I think that one of the telling things for me is when Dillian White was just kind of chilling when that chair went up in the air. I mean, he didn't even flinch. And that kind of got me, like, somebody throwing a chair at you, you're going to flinch. He didn't even flinch. Then he really didn't start, like, talking back until, like, once they got Chisora on the other side of the room, and then all of a sudden him and one of the trainers just really got to talking. So,
Tibbs.
Yeah, Gibbs.
Tibbs.
They really got, they really got to talking. So, I mean, man, it's making. I agree with you in the aspect of it's the boxing is starting to feel like the the WWF. I agree with you when you say that, because think about this for a second. Look at how many people may actually watch this fight. And don't get me wrong, I know people are going to say, "Oh, well, UK fans are just better loyal fans than American fans," but that's not the point. What I'm saying is, look how many people here in America right now are talking about what just happened. Like, I'm online with you over here. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning, but I was hitting you up at like 8 o'clock my time, 8:30 my, 7:30 my time. Like, yo, what's this about this chair being, table being thrown? And, so look how many people over here in the U.S. is talking about that. Now, let's look at Andre Ward and Kovalev, a press conference that didn't have no drama in it. You know what I'm saying? How many people actually probably even, watch that press conference? So
then basically, look, there's certain things now, there's certain standards. If I don't shout and scream to the top of my voice, I start cussing you out, or so I'm going to do this or that to you, I'm not a household name.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I don't get causing some ruckus, or I don't slap a champion, or I don't spit in someone's face, or I don't say something, I'm not going to get revenue. That's what it's becoming. So those are the standards now. Those are the standards. Muhammad Ali did things. It was playful. He said some nasty things about Joe Frazier. I called him an Uncle Tom and all this. Yeah,
with the monkey and all that.
He said those were quite nasty, and they cut deep. All right. But there's a point, and there's going overboard.
Yeah.
I remember when Ali was going after Sonny Liston, and Sonny Liston pulled the trigger of a gun that wasn't a real gun anyway. It was a blanket shot. But where do you draw the line? What draws the line? Does a scuffle draw the line? Does go around to a man's house after the fight draw the line? Where do you draw the line? Where does boxing stay in boxing? And when does a person look, you start talking like stuff, you get banned. Not just, oh, we'll ban you for 6 months. We're banning you for 2 years. We're banning you for 3 years. Make it that severe so people think twice before they go overboard and think, well, even if my promoter's promoting, pushing me to do this stuff, hey, you get banned so severely that you make example 1 or 2. See, but for Derek Chisora, at some point, I mean, they've got to ask the question because he's done this all before. You see,
yeah.
But Derek's been, if you listen to Derek carefully of recent times, he's speaking out truth about the boxing community. Do you see the bit where he says, "Who's the donkey now?" That's what everyone's laughing and joking about. But he was talking about how much Dillian got paid for the Joshua fight. He was talking about the fact that he took a fight against Joshua and he only had one arm. He's talking about promoters taking money off fighters and living in big, expensive, nice houses and have a nice car and be able to go home to a nice house, and you leaving the arena with peanuts.
Well, you know, that's nothing new. I mean, we've been talking about that. That's you know what, it's crazy because that's just a part of boxing. There was a show that they did on I want to say HBO. There was a show that they did, and you got boxers that get in the ring, they lay it out all on the line, and here they let a person that probably don't know they probably ain't even put on a pair of gloves, promote them and take 30-40% of their earnings. You know, think about and this is why Floyd Mayweather's hated. Floyd Mayweather bypassed that whole process. You know, he said, "No, I'm gonna do this all on." You know, he left Bob Arum, so I'm gonna do this all on my own. And I mean, look at where he is. Like, look at Floyd, look at Oscar, look at Bernard Hopkins. Fighters that take their careers in their hand don't have problems like Pacquiao. He had tax issues. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're hearing about these fighters that's having money woes that's been fighting a long time because, like you said, these promoters, they promote these guys and they take 30-40% of the earnings, along with kickbacks that they get from the networks. And things of that nature. So I'm not really shocked. Like Derek Chisora doing what he did. I mean, look, you know, like you said, he's been doing it before. And the bad part is when he goes off like this, nobody's gonna talk about what he was pissed off about.
And it's true. And watch the big names. Watch how they react to Derek and what he's doing.
Right.
They're all talking. Blah, 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 blah. Watch how they're talking. So what did you do as promoter? What did you do as manager? What did you do as? And are you going to condone the trainer getting involved? Are you going to condone this? You knew the night before what you were doing the next day. You knew that putting this. Why did you do the press conference with Chisora White? What was the purpose? What more were they going to say to one another? You had the face off. You saw Chisora and White kick off afterwards. It was so bad that they didn't show the whole thing on Sky Sports. So why the hell have you then done a press conference 2 days afterwards? Stupidity. Oh, because, you know, the excitement. Look,
well, that's what I mean.
Dude, I'm glad. I am so glad it flipped out like that. Do you know why I'm glad it flipped out like that?
What's up? What's up?
Because they got the signs. They knew what they were dealing with after the camera was rolling. They knew what they were dealing with. But even still, when they were after the cameras were rolling, they still decided to do another press conference with these two. Oh, well, it happens all the time. No, it doesn't happen all the time. Because if it happened all the time, why didn't you show us the full footage of what really happened? Why? Because the fight would have been pulled and we wouldn't have got to the press conference. That's why. So basically, what they hid from some of us, right? And the general public, General Joe Blogs, who doesn't know, what they hid from us then comes back out 2 days later in a press conference. So what was going to get stopped by the British Border Control seeing what they saw then would have even more so now, listen, this is ridiculous. So you can't not do a weigh-in, so you've got to do a separate weigh-in.
Yeah, they are going to do a separate weigh-in. That's what Eddie Hearns was tweeting.
Yeah, but you could have just not done the press conference.
Yeah. But hold on now. Wait a minute though. But here's the thing. Let's say they didn't do the press conference, right?
Yeah.
And then I think the weigh-in is Friday, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So let's say they skip the press conference and they do the weigh-in Friday. Who's to say that wouldn't have happened on Friday during the face-off?
Yeah, but you got the security standing between them.
Security was between them today, and he tossed the table at him.
No, there wasn't security between them. There was the table, that the long table, wasn't it? And
yeah, but see, the thing is, man, as long as you have, and I hate to say this, but it's true, as long as you have fans hardcore fans or even casual fans that find it entertaining, you're not going to get rid of it. You're just not going to get, I mean, as long as, if you tell me that what he did won't get you another 100,000 people or 200,000 people to watch, that's cash.
Doesn't matter. You've got the pay-per-view star, which is Anthony Joshua. He's a pay-per-view star. You don't need to do that, do you?
Oh, okay, yeah, but you don't need to do it. But you definitely increase the value of people watching it.
Think about the guys below the bill, below Anthony Joshua, are more interesting to watch, and people are more interested in that fight than the Joshua Molina fight.
Oh, this fight is getting. Hold on, look, Derek Chisora and Dillian White has been getting a lot more press on social media than the Joshua Molina fight. It just really is. But the problem that you have is when you make a fight. Listen, Joshua and Molina, and I talk about it. I'm not saying it's a foregone conclusion Joshua will win, but when you know you put a fight on that 80% of the public feels, or 90% of the public already feels like, listen, fighter A is definitely going to win. So you have to generate something to make people want to watch it. So what do? Derek Chisora and Dillian White, and you cause them to have a ruckus. So people are going to come watch this fight. They're going to pay for the fight, not so much for the main event, but for what's happening on the undercard.
Well, if that fight gets pulled, then what happens? You've had people, boxing experts and pundits saying the British Boxing Board of Control need to get involved. But they're the same pundits that will sit down there waiting for something to kick off. You know, like when you're at school and you're sitting down and you're like, oh, I hope those two fight. Oh, I'm going to tell Miss now because I'm going to tell the teacher now because you two had a fight. What's the point of that? That's what I call slithering snakes.
But again, the problem is they are appealing to a different type of gender of fans today.
But these are pundits coming out saying the British Boxing Board of Control should not sanction this fight. You're sitting down there watching this. You're watching this. Hold
on. They're going to say it to sound politically correct, but deep down inside,
you know what they're feeling.
But deep down inside, they'll say it publicly to make it look like they're correct. But deep down inside, they want this fight to go forward.
But why lie? Why lie? Be honest. Listen. Be honest and say, look, you know what? That was really exciting. That was entertaining. That was really entertaining. But I have to say, in the laws of boxing and in the laws of showmanship, or in the laws of the British Boxing Board of Control, this is not going to be allowed. Yes, it was entertaining, but don't come and tell me, oh, I think it should be banned, like you're some school teacher. Like you didn't know that those two were going to have a ruckus. Like you didn't know they already had a ruckus beforehand. Like the promoter didn't already tell you, I'm a bit nervous about it all. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy is if you look at Facebook, social media, even the rooms that me and you are in, people are saying stuff like, we're not surprised that's Derek Chisora. So it's no shock.
Yeah, but
if you've been following,
the media controls the minds, and when the media controls the minds, the media tell you what the story is. So the story at the moment is Derek Chisora's lost it again. They're not telling you that Derek Chisora's family was being threatened. They're not mentioning that, and they're just completely isolating Derek. So for me, once again, just look at how people react, and let that be a warning to any boxer who decides to flip tables and be silly. I'll just wash my hands off you. But it's Derek Chisora. So when you flip a table, be ready for the you know what, we're banning you from boxing.
Well, maybe you know what. See, here's the thing, though.
And watch
this. Listen. In the U.S., that's not uncommon to see flip outs and that's not uncommon for us here in the U.S. I'm just going to be honest about it.
You're not surprised,
huh?
You're not surprised.
Oh, I wasn't. Look, I wasn't surprised at all. I was just like, because I put it like this: I was surprised that it happened in the UK, because I've never heard of nothing like that happening in the UK. Remember when Lennox Lewis and Hakeem Rotman went at it, flipping tables over each other on ESPN?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember when Miguel Cotto and Margarito kind of went at it?
Yeah. Remember when Bo punched Larry Donald?
Right. Bo punched Larry Donald. So That's not a surprise here. I was just kind of shocked, like, oh, he did that over, that happened over in the UK, because you don't normally hear that, because, to a certain degree, you guys have a little bit more control of something. So, but again, by it being Derek Chisora, the common knowledge thinking is, okay, is Derek Chisora flipping out again? But the problem that you have is you're not going to tell me nobody had an idea that something was going to jump off.
Of course.
Right. I'm with you. I refuse to believe that they had no idea something was going to jump, because you can tell this is genuine dislike between these two. This ain't playing.
And the fact of the matter is they didn't even show you the whole of the gloves are off. So that tells you how bad things got out of hand. Right.
Okay, so this isn't play. This isn't like, some things you can tell is play. Some things you can tell is just, that's just these guys fooling around. This is two dudes that generally don't like each other, all right? So you know that. So don't tell me that when you put two cats in the room that don't like each other, generally don't like each other, something's going to happen. You can take normal people that's not boxers and put them in a work environment, and you see people, just sitting there looking at their computer, needing help, but don't want to ask the person behind them because they hate each other. They just sit there,
of course,
struggling because they hate each other. So
I'm not going to waste any more time on this subject, because, like I said, boxing become like WWE, and I'm just not interested anymore. Really not. And you see it again.
But that's how you sell tickets, though, Ingrid. Unfortunately, controversy.
I'm not saying controversy doesn't sell. What I'm telling you is the hypocrisy in it. In the whole that hypocrisy in the snakes and look what happened there. Shouldn't really be happening. Stop. You should be banning that. No, come on, be honest. Say, look, I've turned up, I've sat down, I want to be entertained, and once again, Derek Chisora has entertained. Be honest.
You know what? In that aspect, I see what you're saying, because, like you said, the same pundits, who will say that he should be banned, right?
Yeah.
Now let's flip this over. When Anthony Joshua was about to go after Brazili, remember that?
Yeah.
Joshua, when he handed the dude his belt and he got all up in Brazili's face, I remember the same pundit saying, "Ooh, Joshua, don't play around. Ooh, this is gonna be exciting. Joshua might, Joshua looks eager to get at him." So those same pundits that are talking about he should be banned are the same pundits that when it's Joshua or fighters that they like do it, they be like, "Ooh, look, he got up under his skin. He's mad. It's gonna be a great fight." So I agree with you.
How about this? How about this for an idea? The idea, and again, this is just off the top of my head. This is nothing. There's nothing. I've got no proof to this, but I like these off the cuff sort of things because it can happen. Behind closed doors, they believe that Chisora's going to beat White. Okay, they believe Chisora's going to beat White behind closed doors. So there's a contract scratched up in place to say, well, you know what, Chisora's going to beat White behind closed doors. But this incident now then turns around to say, I'm sorry, mate. We would love to work with you, but, you're going to get banned for X amount of time, so you're not going to fight no more, it's not going to happen, because you're going to get banned by the British Boxing Board of Control. And you look at Dillian White, did he get up and do anything?
No, he did not.
There you go. So again, Derek Chisora looks like the bad boy. Oh, typical Derek. Typical Derek. Yeah, people, like I had to go and get a third, I did a video on it, where you got a third angle of the Derek Chisora Pulev thing. Oh, Derek Chisora, another disgrace, out in Bulgaria is a disgrace. Hold on. When you see the video from another angle, you see the guy hitting a bottle over his head.
Mm-hmm.
And Derek says, what the hell are you doing? And that's where the scuffle took out. Because Derek was going after the guy that put a bottle over his head. Oh, Derek flipped out. Do you get what I'm saying? A different perspective.
Well, no, I get what you're saying, because there's very few people on social media right now saying that what Derek said before he flipped out. Like he said,
are they going to examine that? Are they going to examine that death threat thing? How serious is that death threat thing? And should that be condoned?
No.
This is my point. You're threatening somebody who's got a young baby. You may be having problems, domestic problems. At what point in boxing do we stop talking about people's domestic life? oh, you're a wife beater or you're a woman beater, or your dog died, and all this stuff. People are not saying nothing about it because it's funny. But if it was said about them, what I don't like is how when Derek was flipping out, watch all the people around Derek. Only one person actually came and pulled Derek and said, look, Derek, you need to calm down, son. Nobody else was listening to him. And the worst thing you can have is when you're absolutely irate, somebody turn around and making you more irate and ignoring you and look at you going, what's the matter, son? What's the problem? What happened? No need for you to get mad. No need for you to flip a table. Patronizing. And we in the UK know how to patronize a person. Oh, no, why are you flipping a table, Derek? No need to do that. Fight's on in 20 hours or 40 hours or 72 hours time. There's no need to flip the table, Derek. Derek, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Derek, look what this promotion, look what you're doing with it. Derek. And you're flipping out. You're thinking, you know what? This is keeping it street and real. You know what? You've threatened my family. I'll take your head off now. Do you know what I mean? I'll have it with you now. No, forget no press conference. And he talked about the British Boxing and Border Control. Screw them. I'll go and get a license elsewhere, which he's more entitled to. So
that was Bashir.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah. That was Uncle James.
Yeah, he's Brother James trying to call me too.
Yeah, I'll call him back.
Okay, all right. So,
he's probably watching the show. If he is, how you doing, Uncle James?
Yeah, Uncle Bashir, I hope you're well. We'll bring you in about it later. So yeah, that's it really. I don't know much more to say really about the matter. I think it's I just don't like it.
I mean, yeah, but it's unfortunately, man, it's starting to become part of the sport. Unfortunately,
it's an absolute joke. And yeah, people ask me a question today. Will I shut my Twitter page down after this? Well, after next week? Yeah, I'll shut it down. Hell, I'll shut it down. I don't have nothing more to do with it. It's just. And by the way, I don't know if anyone saw at the end of the video this from Mr. Eddie Hearn. Then you saw the end of the video. He did this.
I didn't see this. I didn't see
this at the end of one of his videos. We know he's watching what we did. We know he's watching. He did this at the end of the video. And if you look carefully, there's a video of mine that's out that was done actually on Sky Sports, and it was a video of me in an Arsenal top going like this. So we know he's watching. We know he's watching. But I'll say one thing: Karma's a bitch. That's what I gotta say about that. Karma's a bitch. So I don't give a shit. I don't care. So yeah, it's not good. It's not good. It was. I think it was a naive move personally, an inexperienced move. I would like to know what an experienced promoter would have done in that situation. Would have Bob Arum have allowed that to happen?
See, Eddie Hearn, here's the thing. Eddie Hearn, and to me, Eddie Hearn is an experienced promoter. But when you're trying to sell a fight,
you don't need to sell. It doesn't need selling.
Why not?
Not to the point where your show could get closed down for it. Or your fight could get closed down.
Do you really think? Do you, honest to God, really think that the British Boxing Committee is going to close down that fight? The fight takes place Saturday. You really think they're going to convene and come up with the decision 2 days before a fight takes place, and close down this fight?
If they did, what would happen?
It'd be an unprecedented move. But my question is, do you really like? And I'm only saying it because I've seen this before. We've seen fighters do things, and I haven't seen an organization snatch a belt off a fighter or any. I mean, if you don't do nothing past that involves the police arresting you, 9 times out of 10, sanctioning bodies don't do nothing to you. I mean, how many times have we seen? I mean, with all the scuffles, all the scrapes, and everything we've seen happen. When did they ever say, you know what, UK or USA, you know what, skip this, we're not going to have this fight? No, because they know.
Remember, Hay and Chisora, the British Boxing Board Control weren't prepared to sanction that. So David Hay went and got his license from elsewhere to fight Derek, remember?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, that's true. That's
And
true.
actually, I think the British Boxing Board of Control, if I don't quote me on this, but I'm sure they're not an actual. I'm not sure if they're actually a governing body. I'm not sure if they are.
Okay.
In the sense that I think they're a board, British Boxing Board of Control, but I don't know if they're a governing body, like affiliated with government and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't think they are.
I don't believe now that this is going so viral, and because I mean, think about it. They had the scuffle at the what is it called again?
Gloves are off.
Gloves are off. They didn't cancel the fight after that.
Yeah, but it was so bad they couldn't show it on television. So what does that tell you?
But I'm sure the British Boxing Control heard about it, even if they didn't see it on TV. They must have heard about how bad it was. Somebody leaked that to them about how bad it was. They didn't cancel it for that. So, I mean, me personally, because I've seen this before, and like I said, it might work differently over there, but because I've seen this before, I don't believe they're gonna shut this fight down because you've just guaranteed yourself 100 to 200,000 more people probably.
Watch this. What you don't understand is you're setting a standard for every clown to go and do that afterwards.
Oh yeah, of course.
Where does the line draw?
Of course, Shane Mosley and Mayorga. Remember that, Liz, when he smacked this girl on the butt? I mean, come on.
Well, Mayorga's funny. Mayorga's funny. Right? Mayorga's funny. Mayorga's funny when he was talking about Oscar and his wife. But it's disrespectful.
But he's funny, but it's disrespectful to smack a woman on her behind. It's
disrespectful to talk about somebody's wife. If I'll do the job better than you do with your wife. I mean, that stuff is disrespectful. Funny, yes. It's funny. We all, listen, I'll laugh. It's funny. But it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful.
Yeah, but that is, again, Ingram, that is what sells. And as long as stuff like this can make money, you're going to have a hard time getting people to stop it.
In that case, expect it when Conor McGregor joins the boxing world. That and more all sorts of clown stuff going on. I'm telling you, I just finished dropping. I'm going to drop in a second interview soon with Russ Hartley. That's an hour long, and we talked about the possibility of boxers learning wrestling and the potential of boxing and UFC becoming one sport in the future.
That's funny. But that's funny, but it's definitely a possibility. I mean,
see you're laughing. Look. Watch. You think about guys, Hagler and Leonard, Hagler and Hearns. They had bad beef. I mean, they had real bad beef. But when did the real beef spill over? Round one.
Yeah, right.
Round one. How many times have you seen tables get flipped over and people cussing out and saying, and come the fight, they're going a boring 10 rounds?
Well, see, that's my biggest concern is after all of this, if this fight turned out to be a dud, oh my God.
How many fights have you seen that have ended up being duds afterwards?
Like that. Fury Klitschko, all the talking that was going on, and Klitschko and David Haye.
Hey, Klitschko, I'm gonna take his head off. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. The running up the escalators. When you can fight the real main man, all that stuff.
And then he got in there and laid a dud and said something about his toe was bothering him or something like that. Right.
And there is absolutely, you cannot write off a Derek Chisora retirement in the corner when things start going his way, and the towel being thrown in.
You think so?
I think so. If he's done once, it'll get done again. Remember, Fury retired him. Remember the Fury fight? Once you've done once, you can do it again. What's Derek Chisora in boxing for today?
What'd you say?
And even if it's a psychological game, he's doing everything possible to get that little bit of extra edge for the fight.
Oh, most definitely. You're right. He is.
We mentioned this on the show last time.
He's trying to win the mental game.
But if you have to go that far to win the mental game, what does that tell you? You lack belief in your own boxing ability, doesn't it?
Sometimes yeah, and sometimes no. Some fighters do it because they just like getting in your head. I mean, like Floyd Mayweather just loved getting in. He loved getting in people's heads. So he would like when he was messing with Oscar De La Hoya.
Floyd never fought the way that he talked. Floyd when he became Money Mayweather never fought the way he talked.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Let's be honest. When it was,
well, no, wait a minute.
When it was Pretty Boy, it was different.
No, there was that one time when he was talking a lot, and he got in a Turo Gotti, and he was talking a lot, and he got in.
That's still under Pretty Boy though.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you mean when he was as Money Mayweather, right?
Yeah, Money Mayweather. That's what I'm talking about.
As Money Mayweather, he never fought like that.
Right, that's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, I agree.
So, are you reading the comments in the chat section?
No, I'm not. I'm not even in there. What they saying?
Nothing relevant.
Well, I think Jay is in the chat room.
Yeah, Jay. Shout out to Jay though. He's all right.
Jay is in there. Shout out to him.
Yeah. So yeah. Can I say it's a joke, absolute joke. But
yeah, but it's a joke that makes. Look, you know what? I get it. What you're saying. I don't want you to think I don't get it, but I also understand human nature wants a freaking car wreck. We love the train wreck. We love the disaster. And then we love to drive by slow and look at it. And first thing we say is what? Ooh, that was a mad accident. The second thing we say is, I hope everybody's okay. I hope everybody's okay.
And the third thing is, let me get the hell out of here.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Nowadays, you got people pulling out their phones and recording it and putting it on Facebook. So, I mean, that's just...
sensationalism. That's it.
Yeah, but see, that's...
It's garbage media. Garbage. It's garbage. It is garbage. Let's be honest.
It is.
It's garbage.
You know what?
When you talk about... If you're going to lower your standards, then lower your standards. And admit you're lowering your standards. Right. That's fine.
Right.
Leave the bottle throwing of Conor McGregor and the UFC fans. Leave them to get on with it. But hold on. If you're going to go down to Conor McGregor route and the whole UFC, they're entertaining, but boy, do they fight. Boy, yes, do they give your money's worth.
Yes, they do.
Right.
Yes, they do.
Right. So we
say what you want to say about Conor McGregor. When he fought Nick Diaz, that was a hell of a fight. Both of them.
There you go.
Same thing with John Jones when him and what's the dude name had mad beef.
Cormier, is it?
Yeah. Cormier.
Yeah.
Cormier, hell of a fight. So, but that's because that type of environment, that type of combat sport requires, that kind of fighting. Boxing, you don't have to like boxing is so different. Like you can box or move around the ring. That type of sport, combat sport, you're gonna have that because it's just the way that's designed. So you can talk crazy, but at the end of the day, when you get in this octagon with me, it's on, Jack.
It is. So I think we'll leave it for now. We have a very good show this evening. We have some surprise guests.
Okay.
I see how much I can surprise you tonight.
Shout out to my boys over there at the Movement. Jasper, Bernard, 2K, and Twan. Shout out to those dudes. They over there. We gonna have a show, but we're gonna be on yours. A matter of fact, make sure you send them something to let them know.
You need to bring them in for the last show. You need to gate crash the last show.
Yeah, you know what? Okay.
The Movement. We could just do a Royal Rumble for one night. The last night be a Royal Rumble. Anybody and everybody from the YouTube universe just comes in for one night and say goodbye.
You know what? That's a good idea.
I have a Royal Rumble special. Just get them all in. Just overload them.
I'm gonna send a thing out, which I'm gonna include you in it, and I'm gonna send the thing out, and I'm gonna say, hey guys, the Movement will take on Ingram and the UK.
Yeah,
are y'all down with that?
Listen. We're just doing a Royal Rumble for one night. The last night, like I've said, we know what the plan is already. We're doing a Royal Rumble for one night. We just ram the YouTube, just ram the room of all loads of people. It'll be a whole lot of noise because everyone's going to want to say something. So we'll just ram the whole room up, ram the room, and leave it last 15 minutes. Hey, it's a train wreck. People in boxing like a train wreck, right? So why not? So just ram the room of all different characters and egos, and we'll see what happens.
I'm gonna post it right. I'm gonna post it right now in the room.
Well,
I'm gonna post it right now.
No clowns in the room, though.
Huh?
We gotta make sure we don't get no clowns in the room. We need genuine people.
No, you know, in
yeah. I know the guys you got are genuine, so I gotta make sure as well.
That's gonna be something.
Hey,
that's gonna be something.
See if we can see if we can get all the people out. The old school. I've heard rumors that some other people from the YTBC may be popping in as well.
Oh yeah.
Yes, some old schools may be popping in. That's what I heard.
Okay.
That's what I heard. I don't know true it is.
All right, I'm down.
But guess what? You're hosting.
Yeah. I know.
Mate, it's all hands on you. Because if you're whack on the night, my name's not to it. I just, it was the last show. What the hell? So if you're whack and you ain't done your research, then
I know.
Blame it on Tony Thompson.
Huh?
Blame it on Tony Thompson.
Right. No. What I'll do is if I get stuck, I'll flip a chair over. I'll flip a damn chair over, man. That's what I'll do. I'll flip a damn chair over. That'll get everybody's attention. Who
is the donkey now? Who is the donkey now?
Hey, I turn into my angry black man mode. That always seems to get people's attention. I'm just
oh dear me. Oh, that's fun. I will kind of miss the fun moments of it, but the fun moments don't outweigh the absolute garbage moments. So
yeah.
So right, see you back at 11 p.m., 6 p.m. your time, or 5 p.m. your time.
Yeah, 5 p.m. my time.
Okay. Thank you guys for watching, and girls. Got to say the girls and the guys. I'm out.